Alright, here we are with a little video from Mary Springs. This is our back kitchen garden with the woods in the back and the wood chips. And the flower bed. And these have like lots of good greens. And it's like kale in there. It's got bok choy. And some more of our perennial herbs like basil. Or some basil types. And spearmint. We already mentioned that, I think. Let's see. We got some, I think, a little bit of sage there in that pot. And over here we got some chives and some rosemary. Some yarrow, some parsley, green leaf, lettuce there, some cabbage, looks like even some broccoli, and some turnips in the back there, kind of flowering. And then we have our sunken raised bed here to the bottom here, looking over, and that's basically about 18 inches, if not 20 inches deep. And then we took the wood, I took all the dirt and we put it along that line right there. And it's our little tarp there. Sorry for the messiness. Little tarp there for keeping things frost free. And yeah, so this is our garden, and that is in progress here. We got some squash over here, some squash over here along the side, and this is some salad greens kind of snaking here going along. We got a volunteer tomato plant here, and then we got some various spinach, different types of spinach is what I have come to the conclusion. See that? Yeah. And then we have just what was deliberately overplanted of romaine lettuce. It's going on up all the way up there, and that's just great for salads. It's meant to be eaten, and it does better when people jump in and help out. Gets more light. And we're gonna have these squash go up the wall. And then, so that's the west over there. So the summer's coming, and in Florida, let's just say the sun kicks some serious butt, and it's going to be shining its rays on down on this and filling it full of hot thermal mass. And then we have to, of course, try to keep cool with that. So one way to do that is to trellis those Seminole pumpkins, native heirloom type of variety stuff on up there. And work with it and have some nice screen there for them to climb up, or some trellis. And so the sun will hit the leaves and give us a whole bunch more coolness. Yeah, so, and then we can continue this little tour. We got this is our kind of our second bed over here. It's like the half moon, kind of curves on out. Yeah, so that's where we kind of came in with a bunch of kale and bok choy in there. We got some carrots, some turnips. Then we just planted our tomatoes. Successively with the other plants. The other plants are still there, and I'm planting my tomato. So you got this bok choy kind of like with the pretty flowers that I don't really want to cut because it has a bunch of butterflies come, and it looks just way darn pretty. So nature encourages me to keep her there. So leave that there, and then you got this happy little tomato right there. And And as it gets bigger, the bok choy is just going to be fading into its golden years, if you will. And we got lots of good kale coming up here. This is a whole row of kale. And kale all in there. So we got 2 rows now of tomatoes in here. This is our path in here, kind of like this. And then here's a nice little row of turnips. Mostly looks like turnips right here. All this is turnips. And we also planted our tomatoes in there as well. And the kale's just rocking. That's just crazy rich kale. We'll go close and give it a check out. There's a couple of little burn spots from my fertilizer. It's organic yet, and at the end of the day, you know, it's still going to burn anybody. And so that's like a nice chicken manure, and that's been composted down. And as long as it's on the ground, it's perfect. We got all our carrots over here, and some. It seems like this area is just one of the only area that didn't really do too well, but we'll build it up slowly but surely. In the back, you have an example of the hugelkultur method. This is the first place, or one of the first places we've done it, and it's coming along real well. And have Daniel to help. Thanks for that, helping me see it just kind of clicked. And so we got our resources over here. Basically, we have an agreement with some friendly tree folk, and they come, and we basically use all these resources that would otherwise be thrown away or put into the landfill or what have you. We get to take them and use them as our middle layer. So basically, for the hugelkultur, in a nutshell, it's wood, pretty much like that, and then you basically kind of bury it. And this one wasn't really done kind of, if you will, like the proper way. It's kind of what we do for a standard way at this point is basically wood. So there's wood underneath that entire roughly triangle there of green you see there. And then there's a whole about 8 inches of wood chips, and then about 6 inches of what we call the brown gold. And the brown gold is basically compost manure and other type of additives like bone meal, blood meal, liquid fish emulsion with kelp from Neptune's. Check them out online. They have free shipping. They're just freaking amazing. And so we have a bunch of collards here. And in the back, we just did direct seeding. We're on a major, somewhat major road here in Gainesville, Florida. That's East University. And so we got some fruit trees in the back here, and I'm kind of following the line here. That's our latest one. We just put that in the last week, I believe, and there's our little big tree. And so that's actually the best we've done so far. It's about 24 inches, and so that's pretty awesome. And then over here we have our kind of our keyhole garden. I can kind of walk over there for you. And that's basically the half moon garden to my left and this garden here are both part of a bit of a blitz when a kind dear neighbor gave us 500 transplants for helping out for a few hours on his land. So that's the power of community. And there's a barren fruit right here. And so, as you can see, if I can pull this back here some, probably should get up on the roof sometime, but this nice little circle. There's a bunch of greens in there. You got radicchio. Oops, sorry about that. Got radicchio, all sorts of greens, just all sorts of lettuce, and And arugula, a lot of the little white flowers you're seeing there is arugula. It actually smells pretty too, so I'm all up for pretty things smelling nice here in the garden, and we got a lot of things going to seed, and gonna harvest that for next season. And I kind of like the diversity of it all, that this doesn't have to be particularly one culture, and that it can be a nice connection of types of plants. And so here we have another raised bed. Just kind of again working with the tree there. We just kind of raised the bed straight on up there. Brought in some wood chips. I'm planting bunches of kale. You're going to see a few more raised beds here in a few minutes, but this is by far the best kale that we have. I mean, potentially even ever, even better than the other stuff over there. It's just come up so strong. You know, trial and error, getting better step by step. So we have a raised bed in the back there. We got a raised bed here. And again, this is kind of planted heavy with kale. Kale just seems to be kind of like our totem plant or something like that. This is my second year doing gardening strong like this, and both years kale has been my bumper crop, and meaning that it's a crop you did the best with, had really good results with. And so that's all kale in here. I think a little bit of mustard in there as well. We got some carrots going, or not carrots, onions going here. And coming over to the side. We took down that tree for some light, because this is our north side of our property, where it's one of the few places we have both no deer and water. So that helps us with really making this a high priority for light, that we can really help benefit the planet by making a lot of food as close to the humans as possible, because if it's in front of us, we'll eat it, whether it's junk food or good food. So this is some more greens. Looks like we got some collards and some dinosaur spinach. So there's the dinosaur spinach going here in the back, and the cabbage here. It might even be cabbage here. And we got some red leaf lettuce and some nice spinach. A little bit of onions in there. I'm not sure about that, how that'll work. But yeah, we're intending to expand over here. So how this looks over here, all raised up and such, will be all along this here. We're gonna like to save as many of the azaleas as possible. They're so pretty. And yet also definitely get some more food growing. So it's kind of a little video of the state of things these days. There's the house. And going back towards where we just shot all these photos, you can see the hugelkultur bed over here on the right, and this really awesome old pine here. And so this is kind of like an example of the path that will be all along the property. There'll be a nice food beds pretty much all along the paths of the property. So as people are walking the lands, it's encouraged to eat healthy food. Have lots of like blueberries and strawberries and fruits, and grow good things like that. So this is, and we got in here, we got again some more kale. It's just pretty consistently awesome. That, and I went to the store and I got kale seed, and they just gave me a whole bunch. And we got a nice fruit tree there, a nectarine, I believe. Got some of our compost back there. Pardon all the noise of the cars, y'all, but we're about 3 miles from town, so we're about 15 acres, 3 miles from town, and we're growing good food for the revolution. Good food revolution. Y'all want to check out some good folks doing good things, check out Will Allen up in Chicago with the Good Food Revolution. Growing food's a lot of fun. I encourage it for everyone watching this. Seeing these little things come up from seeds. And here again I got some peas here. Since the peas are going to be really tall, I'm putting them on the north side. Where my hand is the north side. And I got a little tomato there, good stuff like that. And these peas are all along the north side-ish. They're going to get all bushy and high, so they'll just block the path. And so yeah, there's a shot from over here. It's not the... I've been meaning to move that washing machine over there, but it's still here. So please pardon some of the debris. It's a work in progress. So I think that's pretty much it. And here we got some, you can see kind of some of the irrigation system going in here. This line right there is some just basic kind of low water. Very helpful in getting some nice mist in there. And in here as well. It's kind of our little seed tray area. It's kind of where we get a bunch of the seedlings going that we're working on. Got a lot of squash coming out, coming strong, a bunch of peas. I just threw a bunch of black-eyed peas in there and hope for the best, and they're really strong growers. And since we're almost there, I might as well just take you on over here for the backside. And the backside's doing a lot better now. Here's a nice shot of this. These lovely, yummy greens. Here, I can help you eat one here. Oh yeah. There you go, just awesome yumminess. Open up, there you go. Ah. Full of flavor. Right out the back door. That's our back door. And we got the hot tub here. And here we got the raised beds on the left. Just finished up hooking up the irrigation system. And for your eyes only, I'll go ahead and turn this on. Oh yeah. Just get a real nice mist effect. It's really easy to hook it up to. There's no irrigation quite in here yet, but this is doing really well. This is where our best Swiss chard is. This is one of the second raised beds I made. One behind the chair over there is the first raised bed I made. This is an early spring garden, so it'll be pretty darn high pretty soon here with greens everywhere. Got a little rose bush in there. And rainbow chard. And this over here didn't get that much water. I didn't really put too much energy into this bed. Those beds in the front I see are more my prime beds that I focus on and really bring a lot of my attention and my resources to working with them. And so here is basically a bunch of lemongrass here in the back, and dill, spearmint, and some green leaf lettuce over there. And again, here we have the misters we just put in with Herman's help, and a lot of the wonderful volunteers, woofers, folks helping make this happen. Quite clearly, this would not be happening without the help of a lot of amazing people. So, and this is the front of the house. We get to see welcome. Awesome. So, some art in the house there. And there's some more of the misters going on. And now that we have really nice water on this side, we can get some things growing, but this was pretty far outside my watering zone, and so it's going to be a whole new world, get things growing out here even stronger. I think that's it for now. Just a little shot of the back there, so we have little potlucks and campfires. Okie doke. Well, I think we'll just end with this. Thanks for watching the video. Feel free to come apply to volunteer to come and volunteer with us and help out and help build your dreams as well. Whatever kind of floats your boat and inspires you to help make this world a better place, whether you're a cook or a yoga teacher or into spitting fire or telling stories. Shine on, crazy diamonds. Shine on.